Hi guys, Sarah, the Northwoods Stitcher. It's another hot day here, and I'm postponing going out. I have to wait for the lawn to dry, but I do have to do some mowing today. I'm going to try to play in the craft room for as long as possible. I have a lot of stuff to show you today and a lot of things that I want to set up for some more videos that I might be able to get in on this video as well. I did a little shop therapy recently. And I don't know about you, but I find that the Goodwill prices are really expensive lately. My biggest example, I think I showed this to you guys before, maybe I haven't. This was a tin that I got at a Goodwill. It was really unique. It didn't have any real markings on it except for Guild Craft New York. I haven't researched this. Perhaps if somebody recognizes that in comments, they could let me know. But this was $6. I got it because it had an oriental design around the edge of it, or the sides of it. And this feels like it's a plastic leather. So it's a nice texture. The top is definitely a metallic feeling, but it's a little depressed. It's got a dragon, and I can't see if it has a flaming ball of wisdom in it or not, but $6, I had to have it, so I bought it. It's a little tight, very clean inside. Even the inside looks to be a wood, simulated wood appearance. It's very cool, but $6, that's my comparison piece. Went maybe it's been 3 weeks later, I found this really cool basket for $2. Why are some things priced really low and other things priced so high? I put a different, a lemon balm oil on this to shine it up and clean it. I don't like how it's feeling, so I think I'm gonna have to really rub this out so it's not so slimy. You can still smell the lemony. It didn't absorb too well. It cleaned it nicely. Thoughts and plans for this are to stack some different fabrics, the ones that are pre-packaged so they're protected. I wouldn't pack naked fabric in this because of the oil that I use to hydrate it a bit. But what a find. I was really excited about that. So that's something I want to organize and play with. Also got an order in from 123stitch.com. I wonder if I've shown you this already. I keep looking at the pattern thinking, did I buy this already? This is Bent Creek, the Redbird sampler. It might just be that it's been on my wish list for so long. That's why I recognize it. I like the cardinal. This will be a quick, fun stitch to do. So I want to match that up. It calls for some Weeks dye works and some gentle arts, but it has the DMC alternates listed. I might use the tree, the bird, and the house for, you know, the Weeks dye works, and then the rest some DMCs. But we'll see what I have in my collection. I've got a good collection of different overdyes. Also in my collection of purchases, there's some mini stretch bars. I'd like to put them together in this video. I'm going to use these to hold down some perforated paper from a Mill Hill kit. So I think that'd be a great frame to stitch on. A friend of mine, Tina, who went to the retreat and then stayed over that night, she had quite the cool setup because she uses these tiny little stretch bars for the DMC Mill Hills, or the Mill Hill kits. Where is it? Yeah, somewhere in my collection I'll pull it out. but she had one of her Mill Hill kits set up on this, and it looks so much easier to stitch with. I usually stitch that perforated paper freehand, and often it can bend or get damaged. You do have to watch your tension on it, but I think with the mini stretch bars, it'll be a lot easier to handle. I have an overhead stand that can help film this. So I think I'll put together the stretch bars. They look pretty easy. You just lock them into place. I've not used these before. Ah! You just kind of stick them together. So that'll be pretty easy to do. I have a little tiny craft hammer up here. So I'll get that done and set it up and show you guys how I stitch on that. And then also, I should take a moment. I got some magnifying LED headband magnifier glasses. These are from Art Dot. It's got 5 detachable magnifying glasses, a storage case, eyeglass frame, adjustable headband, cleaning cloth, nose pad, USB charging cable, and instruction manual. I tried to play with this earlier, but I've just been too busy. So I want to see if I can make these work. They're very lightweight, considering what they are. This is the little light. It's adjustable. The light position's adjustable. This is the nose piece. Ah, I see the USB is right there. So let's see. It does power up. 1, 2, 3. It's got different settings. So high or low. Quite stylish. I'm used to the little magnifier clips that I put on my glasses. I think these are kind of cool. And yeah, they're lighter. These are Magna clip. Yeah, Magna clip. I got these on Amazon. This strength is +2. So let's see. Can I wear these with my glasses? Not really. Well, they're there. They're just not touching my nose. Here are all the different magnification lenses. So let's look for a +2. It's a 3.5, 2.5, 2. Well, that was easy. I don't think I can use these with my glasses, because I'm looking down, and these are way up here. So let's take off the glasses. But I am interested since there's a built-in lamp. Ah, okay, I can bend it down. Okay, so if I can adjust it down to my face better. Oh, wow. That's a little too close. Maybe I need a different magnification. Turn on the light. Don't really notice a difference since I'm already in bright light. I'd like to know if you guys have some of these. Let's try a different magnification. I have to say they're really easy to clip on and off. That's the light. It does still hold it up pretty close. I wonder if this is not a product for me because of my bifocals. It's got great magnification if you're working with something really up close to your face. But I don't work this close to my face. This would be perfect for working on some jewelry and having the light, particularly when you're doing something with jewelry and tiny, tiny seed bead stuff. Yeah, it's great magnification. What else can I do? I can read this. These are great for small work. If you're doing something with jewelry or something up close to your face. I love this little case of magnifiers. This is a great collection. And it goes from 1 to 3.5. So there's quite a collection in there. Comes with a little cleaning cloth. There are little guards to put on the nose things to rest it there. But I have to say I don't really feel any weight there, so they're comfortable. I will definitely use these for maybe the Mill Hill kits. And I like the way the light is positioned. Oh, and it tells me how full the battery is or not. That's cool. It's fully powered. And to charge it, the little USB goes there. These are padded on the inside. I'll have to try these on the Mill Hill kits. I don't think I'd strap this on my head, but maybe some people would if they're working upside down. But I don't find it good for my glasses. Can't get my glasses on over them. I think I'll stick to the clip-ons for cross stitch, and I'll use that for my beadwork, which I will show you guys in another video. Yeah, this I can hold at a distance and still stitch. This is normal for me, especially in front of the TV. What I find great about these is I can look down to stitch and I can look up at the TV and my eyes aren't taxed. You know, it's a smooth transition. There's no blinking to refocus or anything when you're looking. Well, I guess it might have something to do with the fact that I have bifocals, but when I'm looking down and stitching, I can look up and my eyes don't have that interruption. So that's comfortable in front of the TV. And if I need to get up and walk around, I can just do that. Oh, that was... I still have my little ornaments on the desk I need to put away. There's just been a lot of organizing up here. They were working in the attic. I had some people here working in the attic, and I had to dump out a lot of the attic into my craft room. So now I have floor space again behind me. You can see a little bit of it. So it's time to get some things really organized in here, get some frames out from underneath my attic eaves on the other wall, and get some things framed up. I've been doing a lot of outdoor stuff though, and I'm covered in bug bites. I don't know about you guys, but it's been miserable. And waking up itching and scratching in this heat has just been, it's just been nightmarish. I have spray cortisones. I have lotions and potions to smear on the bug bites. But at night, you don't want to go to bed sticking to the sheets with all that stuff or sliding, feeling greasy. So I had to remember, take a Benadryl before I go to bed, and it really helps keeping me from scratching at night. Just misery in the summer. Give me cold weather any day. I've got my AC running today because it's just feels like hot Louisiana weather out there, and it's Maine. Drinking lots of coffee. I love lots of coffee. Right, I'm gonna pause this, grab some more stuff, and put my beading glasses away. That's what I'm gonna call these, my beading glasses. I have stitchy glasses, beading glasses. What else does a girl need? Chapter 2. So I opened up these mini stretcher bars. When I had a moment, I thought, well, how do you stick them together? I mean, they only go this way. They can't go that way. And then I realized you turn them on their side and slide them in. I've not used these before, but I have to say they're a little fragile feeling, so I'm a little hesitant to really force it. I've got a tiny little hammer here. I'm trying. I think I'm probably going to put this on the floor now. Give it a little tap. Can't do it on the table. I've got coffee and all kinds of stuff that would just go flying. All right, hold on. Maybe I haven't had enough coffee, but the concept was a little difficult at first because when I initially put it together, I had these bars that kind of stuck out. When you assemble it, make sure they're flush with each other so you're all even. Play with it first. It's a little hard to wrestle them apart once you've hammered them in, and only hammer on the jointed part gently. Don't tap on this. This is a very light wood. I haven't used these before, so I don't know if the bigger ones are heavier. Maybe you guys could leave me feedback in the comments. But this is a really great work frame now. And I don't know why I couldn't buy these and actually paint them up and use them to frame some of my work too. The goal is to put this as a starter onto here. I haven't separated anything yet, but I'm going to go ahead and attach the paper. I don't know if I'd use this frame for my Mill Hill ornaments. It's probably too big. And I'm not sure if you can get stretcher bars that are smaller than 6x6, but look at that, fits perfectly. I bought these wonderful tacks as well. And that little blue thing is to pry the tacks back up. So I'm not going to use the hammer. I'm just going to use a thumb pressure to get them into the wood because it is a light wood. I suspect it's balsa or a type of balsa wood. Wonderful tape. Turns out I have a special gene for peeling labels and tapes. I've been told that's because my grandfather was a postmaster. Okay. So let's see about these. These almost look like carpet tacks. Needle craft thumbtacks with remover. These were on 1, 2, 3 as well. It lines up very nicely. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. Hopefully I won't catch a lot of thread when I'm stitching. That remains to be seen. I guess that's a technique I'll develop. Or I could choose just not to put in so many tacks. I haven't pressed it down all the way. It's a little floppy. I might put in more tacks than I originally thought I should do. edges are kind of floppy. So I've got the 4 points, and then I'll do the 4 corner pieces. We'll see how that feels. It was easy to push in the corner. Not bad at all. Oh, this feels nice. It has a little give, which is fine, which is what I usually have when I'm stitching by hand. Now this little remover is perfectly slanted, so when I do go to remove them, I just fit it right under and wiggle it out. That should be, the tack should be reusable. Now this isn't taped or hinged, so it's going to pop open, Murphy's Law. I'll have to find a small Ziploc that's too small. I'll find a Ziploc to keep them in. 6-inch mini stretcher bars, 1 pair included. So I guess you need 2 to make a frame. I got 2 of these. The elixir of life. This looks like a relatively easy thing to sort through. However, I can see there's at least 4 different oranges in there. 4 different oranges all bundled together. Let's see, I've got black, dark orange, medium orange, light orange. I don't see the needle. Did I drop it already? It won't be too bad. 3 oranges and a black. I can do this. All right, stay tuned. I'm gonna put this on pause, get some more things cleaned up, and I'll be right back with you. Well, that was a longer interlude than I had planned. Just a second for you guys, but I put some stuff away, and I honestly got a little depressed about how much stuff and wanna-dos that I have. I gotta get busy. I've been so busy this week, I haven't really stitched. I did one Halloween ornament. I think I showed you guys the series of Prairie Schoolers that I'm working on. I should have brought it up here today. I'll bring it up later. But I managed to do one ornament, and then I think I've been cleaning closets and just trying to keep busy because our exchange student's gone, and it's hard not having the little buzz around the house, and we miss her dearly, so I've been doing silly stuff. I need to do stuff like cross stitch all night. I filled up my basket. Now I have to go through it and see that I've got charts in here, the size, and fabric. So I want to see if I can pair them together, and maybe I can make a dent in this and refill it. I've got 3 or 4 boxes of buckets of things that are the most recent stuff that I wanted to start, but it is hundreds of things. So that's a little OMG moment. But I am separating some floss to show you the Mill Hill too. Oh, and on top of that, we're having a community yard sale next weekend. I am so not ready. I'm looking at a box of stuff that I want to price for that. This is going to take more coffee. Ugh, coffee's gone. I'm going to decommission this setup here, put up my other setup for the Mill Hill, so we can at least talk about this Mill Hill kit that I'm playing with. So I have a new setup. You can see the legs of my new stand that's holding my camera. Just make up my camera. Now I'm going to transition in this editing and hopefully get a good field of view for what I'm doing on the table here with the Mill Hill kit. All right, we're recording. Look at this. I've got a ruler to one side, another ruler on the other side, so I can work in my field here. Hopefully this works. So these were the mini stretch bars. I framed this quite nicely. I like it. This can be gotten on 123stitch.com. I got these with the stretcher bars too. I really like this little kit. I think I'll just put a rubber band around it. I've got one on the desk behind me. Back in the day when there were no floss drops, I just made my own with an index card. I tend to do that still. But I wanted to use this. I have a lot of nice floss drops, but I wanted to use this to show you how I separated it. In the Mill Hill kits, it shows you the floss colors and the bead colors. The floss colors here are black. It does give you the 310. So it gives you the DMC code as well. Dark orange was 721. Medium orange, 722, and light orange. Pretty easy to separate. So I've got black. I just had too much to put in one hole. A dark orange, medium orange, and the light orange. I've put the corresponding symbols. If these symbols were actually in different colors, I would probably seek out a color in my marker collection. I didn't need to. It'll tell me how many strands to use when I'm doing what type of stitch. So it tells me it's a cross stitch. That will change when I start adding the beads. But we do all of the stitching first, and then we add the beads. When we add the beads, it'll tell you what the bead is, what color, what the Mill Hill color number is. You're going to use a strand of black, 2 strands, to do a half cross stitch. For the petite black, which are the tiniest beads, it gives you the number, the symbol. You're going to use 1 strand to do a whole cross, 2 strands of black to do a whole cross stitch, which means you go through the bead twice. We are way far away from this, but I thought I would start with this. So I've got to look at, oh, these are the beads I have not separated. And if you remember, it says dark basil, matte wisteria, and petite black. So there's 3 types of beads in this kit. These are all the petite beads. These petite beads are smaller than your regular seed beads. In here, you have a very clear distinction of a, well, they call it dark basil and a matte wisteria. So I can just make out, yeah, they're green and purple ones in there. I'll sort those out some other time, and I have little containers for that. What's also cool about these kits is that they give you both needles. So you have a cross stitch needle, and you have a tiny little beading needle. Sometimes I find these too short, so I actually use longer ones. Look how curved this one is. It's so old. And put that back in here so I don't lose it. Put these on the shelf. I think I need to open up the chart off camera to see where we'll start this. So the graph did show with the little marks of where the center would be, where I should start, and it is going to be a black. I'm going to use the loop method, and it did say to stitch with 2 strands, so I've got 1 strand of the black here. I'll just thread this needle up. I didn't copy the chart yet. I usually make a copy so I can highlight what I've done, so I might do that. Come back to this. I need to find the center. So I know it's a 6 by 6, so that's about 3. Move it down. Yeah, that's 3. Okay, so it's more like here. 3. That's good. Okay, so it's a center. Still looking at it. So the arrows did show that the black is actually going to be like 1 square over in a column of 3, top to bottom. Let me double check this. I've got the graph off to the side here. Yeah, so it's 3 down, and then there's a little bump to the side, so I can still see that it's the center. And I'm going to start actually 1 up from there and 1 over. So I got the loop. Loop. I'm going to go down 3. And so far I can miss these thumbtacks. Careful not to pull my tension too tight, 'cause it can really damage the paper, but it's pretty easy once you get the flow of it. I think this is going to be really cute. Unfortunately, the grass is drying, so I'm going to have to go mow. I don't know about that coverage. I think I might have liked 3 strands. It might be okay. Let me take this out of the bag. There's not a glare. Maybe with the beads, it'll pop. I'm trying to figure out if I should add a 3 strand or keep it at 2 strands for now. I think I'll keep it at 2 strands for now. It does feel much better to have it in a frame, but I don't move as fast as I would holding it in by hand. Ah, see, I knew that was going to happen. So once you do all the cross stitching, then you're going to start adding some beads. And as you add the stitches, it becomes a little bit better to have your needle, what am I trying to say? It holds your needle a little bit better as you're stitching side by side. Because right now it just feels awfully loose. So I went down 3 over 3. I gotta go over 2. And when I went over 2, I go up 2. I'm gonna go over 1 and then down 2. I think I'm gonna have to go get this copied so I can highlight it. Oh, there's a bump up there. The other trick, if you're going to be interrupted by lawn mowing like I am, take a pencil and put a T so you know that this is the top, so you don't accidentally flip it around and start in a different direction. I know that's happened to me. If you don't want to write on the paper, I mean, I write on Q-snaps. I could write on this. Let's see. I'll take a little Sharpie. Oh, it's not going to work. Is it that dry? Maybe it is. get a different Sharpie. Here's a big Sharpie. T for top. Oh, lessons we learn the hard way. Yeah, I've got so many X's on here. I think I'm going to go copy this. So I don't want to get out of sync. That's what I mean. It's hard to hold the needle on the back with a finger because it'll just slip right out. But the more stitches you have in these kits, the easier it becomes to stitch on the paper because the needle will be held by the other stitches. Boop. All right, I'm gonna go get a working copy. I could put a needle minder on here, I suppose, but I don't want the weight on the paper. It's got a little purple flower too. Look at that, it comes with it. It's such a cool color. It almost looks like leather, but it's actually a little clay button. Hand wash only. I don't think I'd put this through the machine. I like too how there's going to be some paper showing around the border. So this is the Enchanted Pumpkin. And everything I'm showing in this setup you can get on 123stitch.com. This was gifted to me by a friend for my birthday, and I'm so excited to get it done. I even have the frame too. So hopefully I'm motivated by showing you guys this to finish it. But let me go get a copy. All right, so I made a little working copy. I'm only going to show a section so you don't get the whole graph. But you can see I've just highlighted where I've stitched. I find this much better to work with. I just recently downloaded the Markup RXP, I think it's called. So that would be nice to have on my chair side. But up here, I think this is the old school way I like to do things. But I'll just keep highlighting and stitching and highlighting and stitching. I was outside for just a few minutes, went down to copy my pattern. Had to go outside with the papers in hand to take my dog out, who asked me quite nicely, I need to go. Took her out, and now the papers seem really damp from that heat out there. But what I noticed about the graph after I copied it, and you look more closely, this is all filled in with the medium orange. And then the dark orange is the border. I don't know why I didn't see that before. Within the dark border, there are the purple beads in there. So this is going to be quite a substantial stitching project. So I've got a lot of stitching to do to show you how I finish this off. So this is going to be just a part one, I guess. But here's a commitment. I'm going to do it. I'm going to flip this over now. We're going to do my iPad again. I'll show you some other things. Disassembling the overhead setup. I have to take my phone out of its case in order to do some filming. So let's see if I can get it back in. I have a really different phone case. Oh, it's got a little bimp on the back. It's an extra battery. Yeah. I use a lot of juice, so I have to be a little careful with it. It's a bit heavy. All right, it's happy. That's good. I've put the Mill Hill kit in my new bag that I got at the retreat from the Crafty Grimalkin. So there's a good motivator. And I'll put some of this stuff away. This is my little weird setup to do the overhead, but I find I have to sit on the shelf, which I didn't plan on using as a stand. I want to put it in a drawer or organize some things. And I should also film for you how I go about separating the beads. But That would be a great project for these magnifying glasses. I do have a bead tray. Right now I have an assortment of beads that I need to fish through and put in their perspective places. So I will get that done. But let's do this little bucket dive of this new bucket that I've made. You guys can help me go through it. So my new basket, let's see what I got. I literally threw stuff that would fit in here to make the other current buckets lighter. Some of these I have shown in previous videos. So this is Dirty Annie's canning season. I know I have a black fabric in here. So where is that black fabric? I can pair that up. I have a 16 count. This I got up at Lakeside Stitches. Let's see, they did this on a 32 count linen. I think I'll probably just do it on a 16 count Aida. Put that off to the side. This one's already paired. This is the Jardin Privé. I think this is really cute. Colors of my garden. How do you say that? Des couleurs dans mon jardin. The colors of my garden. But I got a really great green for that. What is that? A 14 count. I think that'll be sweet. So that's paired up. Well, this is good news. Maybe some of this just got paired by accident. Oh yeah, ink circles. Assorted sorts. I wanted to do this for my husband for, well, maybe I can get it done for his birthday. We'll see. I've got a great, I don't do pink so much, so the coral, I think, will help make those colors really pop. Hopefully. I'll have to pull the colors and throw them up against this. This might be too dark, but we'll see. You can always fade it out too somehow. Ah, this one's already paired. So I have a little heart and hand coffee bird. I've paired that with a 28 count linen. I think that's really cute. That only looks like it has a few colors. Hubby has quite an elaborate coffee station, so this will be cute. So it's only 6 colors. It's a 2.6 by 5 inch. This will be a quickie. I should probably put that front and center. Instant gratification will definitely help my mood. Oh, those aren't paired. Oh, a lot of pairing to do. Oh, this is the other one. Here's a good commitment. I'll pull the other ones out, don't worry. By the Bay, Pumpkin Hill. I'm really struggling with this one because this picture does not do it justice. I saw it in the store on a bright orange fabric. Boy, did it pop. So I have, for my selection process, a number of different colored oranges. This one's a little mustardy. This one is a little muted orange. And this one is bright orange. It looks like I've pulled the threads and I've sorted the beads. So now I have to just throw it all together and make a commitment. So I should probably put this somewhere else because I've got to make a commitment. I think I'm having some color phobic issues with this chart. Oh, how handy. I shall take it downstairs for consult. That'll go with the Mill Hill. So then I have an ink circles, 2 birds in the hand. I love the colors in that. I think it's a very sweet little alphabet stitch sampler. I have not pulled any colors for this. There's only 2 flosses. I have to find a special fabric for that. I don't have a fabric picked for that, so I'm going to put it in the back of the last bucket. I've got some great notes, and I don't know what they mean. At the top of the note, it says, all 3 Little House. So they are clipped together. So these are my Little House charts that I want to do. I have hope. I have gratitude. And then I have peace. So considering that, oh, I'm going to sneeze. I must have gone through all the charts and written down all the threads. So those are the threads I need to pull. And then of course I have to match it up with some fabric. So this is on its way of making it out of the wanna do pile. This was tucked behind it. Maybe that's the fabric I've chosen. This is a 16 count Aida, and it looks like a khaki. It's quite possible when I'm looking at the actual color. That would make the white of the sheet pop. Maybe I will clip this all together now, and then I just pull the threads. Will that stay? Looks good. Here I have, by Threads of Memory, For My Friend. I should make up a bunch of those for people I know. But that blue fabric is really stunning. It's a blue-gray, maybe. They say it's stitched on a 36 count sterling linen by Picture This Plus. Sterling linen. Okay. So that's not paired with any fabric in here. I know that. I'll put it in the back. Oh, this is a fun one. Fresh Cut Christmas Trees by Country Cottage Needleworks. I just have to pull out my polka dot fabric, which I don't think I can get to very readily right now. I've got a little collection of it though. That'll be fun to do. The picture doesn't do it justice because the words white pine, cedar, and noble fir, I mean, can you barely see it or what? So maybe I'll switch up some things, or at least throw the threads on the fabric and see what it does. This is cute. Tiny Modernist Folk Art Sampler. I think I've got the hoop for this. One of these, what do you call them? Elasticized hoops. Bendy hoops. They don't tell you what the hoop is. It's a cute, simple design. Has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Just 13 colors. This was put out in 2020. It says Stitches and Things. I don't know where that is. I don't have anything paired with this, so I'll put this in the back. And then I have another Stitches and Things. Wonder where that came from. I think this was now I remember, I think this was a store somewhere in the Midwest that was going out of business, and I bought a bunch of stuff. Teresa Kogert. This is called Character. Character is like a tree, and reputation like a shadow. The shadow is what we think of it. The tree is the real thing. That's awful dark, isn't it? Hopefully it'll come out on video. I really do want to do that on a mottled over-dyed fabric. They did it on, is it Cyprium or Cyprium? It's a 32 count linen. I don't have it paired with anything. Well, maybe I do. Here, right behind it, is a 28 count ivory Lugana. But I really want it. Maybe I'm going to tea stain this. Maybe that's what I had planned. I'm going to pair these together and see. It's a small one. This has got plenty of fabric. All right, I'll put those together. Then I threw in here a Tellin emblem. What's it called? Scissor sampler. Isn't that cute? I think that's adorable. I love the birds. Is that done on a white? They did this on Regency, a cast shell linen by Picture This Plus. Don't have that paired with anything. Put it in the back. Silver Creek Samplers, Counting on Love. That would make a great anniversary. Maybe I'll just do it on a white. If anybody else did this on something different other than white, I'd like to know. But that's really cute. Not paired with anything, so I'll stick it in the back. Oh, here's a Bent Creek that I've pulled some floss for. We'll have to see if this is already done. And, haha, I even wrote a note on this. 28 count Lugana. That looks like a nice shade of green. So I just have to pull these and commit. So I think what I'll do with this one is tuck this inside so I don't have a little clip. That's a big piece of fabric I have. Or is there a couple? There's a couple of fabrics in there. All right. Ingleside Imaginarium, Fox and Almonds. I know I've shown you guys this one before. I don't know where I'm going to find this blue. I really need to, though. It's such a bold and beautiful blue. It's called Rainy Day Linen by Bestitch Me. I really have to sit down and do some hunting because I think it's going to need it. And it really looks like I want to put some metallics in there, too. That's not paired, so that'll go in the back. This should be easy to find the fabric for in my stash. Honey Fair by October House. Oh, it's a really sweet stitch. I have to see close up on the graph what this is, but I might just put buttons down there. That'll help weight the pillow so it sits upright. That's the plan. Ah, Daisy May, Stitching with the Housewives. I love that little bunny. Now that, they did that on a white even weave that was white even weave that was dyed with evening blue and then coffee tea dyed. I don't know how to replicate that. I'll see what's in my stash. Not paired, so I'll put that in the back. Now, didn't I pull out something that will work with this? This is Little House Needleworks. Thread Gathering Special Edition. Hold it upright, Sarah. I did not start my day with enough coffee. This is from 2006. Ah! Dropping things. somewhere in this stash. Maybe that, no, it's not dark enough. I was going to say maybe the stuff that I was going to use for the Kogut. I don't know. Having trouble committing. I think I'll put it in the back just until I'm sure. This is a sad story. I've had this for so long, and I've wanted to do it for so long. Heartstring samplery. I've got my love to keep me warm. I really have to start this. So short story was I fell in love with this chart. I really, really wanted it. I didn't buy it for some reason. My dad got it for me for Christmas. I was so excited. But I haven't gotten the fabric for it. I do have some of the flosses. And if I do it on a 28 count, it's going to measure 17 by 25. This is probably something I should take up to Lakeside and in person try to match up. So do I put this in my travel bag? I don't think yet. I will put it in the back. I don't know why I put this in there. That's the great fabric I got at the retreat. I think I was going to do some more chicken scratch. Ah. Bloomin' Bunnies Trio. This is the one I just got at the retreat. And this is by Annie B's Folk Art, B-E-E-Z. Bloomin' Bunnies. That might pair up nicely with this. Alright, so I'm going to put these two in with this Lugana. And when I pull threads, let's see if that pairs nicely. Oh, we also just got this one, Season's Blessings. 2 different fabrics. Haven't paired that up yet, so that'll go in the back. Ah, this is another possible travel one, unless for some reason I have a red or rose colored fabric. I showed you guys that, I think, in the last video. But I do love how it came out with the white on that color. And they say it is Aztec Red Linen from Weeks Dye Works. That sounds rich. That'd be a nice rich color. Ooh, whole bunch of fabric. Scattered Seed Samplers, Spring Delivery. Just showed you guys that. That's definitely going to have to be a tea dyed. Maybe I should just go shopping and buy a bunch of dyes and give myself another project. This one I just showed you guys. I know I have the fabric for that, but the lighthouse doesn't show up very well, so I have to be very careful with that. I don't want to have to do extra outlining. And this is definitely going to need a tea dyed Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitcher's Retreat House. I got that at the retreat in the grab bag. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I might have to go buy some dyes and make a mess. And the Redbird sampler I just threw in here. I just showed you that at the beginning of the video. That probably is going to be a green. Where's that green? I might be able to do that on the same. Maybe. It's a big piece. But yeah, I think this fabric's big enough. What do you guys think? I think that might work. It's like a gray-green, very, very light. And that'll help the white pop. Especially if I use like the B5200. Yeah, I think I'll keep this pairing together. Already got a crease in the fabric. Oh my gosh, guys, I got a text this morning from our German daughter. She held up a piece of fabric in the camera and had a big crease in it. She said, I can't iron this out. So I typed back, I said, well, if you watch the Northwoods Stitcher, she explains that if you soak it in cold water for a day or two, then let it dry a bit, then press it. And the response I got was, I want to stitch now. Hopefully she'll get that organized, because I know what that feels like. Fabric, fabric, fabric. Oh, this is great. Okay, so maybe I do have some fabrics to match up with things. This is all fabric, guys. What I did was I just pulled open some of my drawers that I keep fabric in and grabbed the smaller stuff. The bigger fabrics can now be in there a little more comfortably. So these were the quick grabs. This might be the one that I do that Kogut on. And this is a 36 Vintage Country Mocha. Where did I put Kogut? Oh my gosh. This is why you don't put two in the same. All right. Oh yeah. That'll work. So I guess I need more of those little clips. Ah, here's one. How handy. If I could just squeeze it open. Ta-da! Okay. This is Pinky Antique Market. It's pinky. Did I have something pinky? Not that Aztec red. No. I don't. But you know what might look good? That cardinal. That cardinal might look really good on this. I don't think the camera's doing this fabric any justice. It's like a dusty pink. They call it Antique Market. So I think the white would pop because there's some snowflakes in there. I might pair these two up. Crow might look good on that also. Do I have another little... Where's my little clips? Okay, I'm gonna go hunt. Back in the day of working for the man, I fell in love with these little binder clips. They're great for holding papers, reports. I got a whole drawer full. So let me put these together. That works. Now I just have, what, 20 left? I can do it. We can pair some things. So I have a lot of black. These are all the ones that I stuck in the back here. I don't think there's anything on black. No. Nothing for black. Okay, so let's sort out all the black. Is that black? Yes. Black, black, black. That narrows it down a bit. And put those back there. So for this purple one, maybe lighter is better. Maybe bigger is better. Because this is really tiny. They did it on a linen. They did it on a 40 count linen. I don't know if I want to waste a 40 count linen on such a simple. I would do a more complex. But I do have some Lo and behold, Goodwill Ada. I could soak that up. I might have to figure out what I want. I have an 18 count too. That would really make the purple pop. This is like a white 18 count. It's a possibility. That might be it for my pairings today. Oh, wait a minute. I think I can pair this one. I think I've got something at my fingertips for this. Doo-doo-doo. Not the rabbit. Not that one. No, it's not peachy enough. Maybe not. Okay. So, the back part is stuff I need to work on. The front basket will be things that are already paired up. Thanks to you guys sitting through the process. I might work on the bunnies first. What I like to do is like put maybe my favorite stitch out of the pairings in the front, so when I walk by it, I keep looking at it. So let's hope I remember how I organized this. But that did feel good. Put that down over there. Now, maybe I'll go back to my setup and show you how I sort beads, because we are going to have to do that for the Mill Hill kit, aren't we? And I can see if those glasses, the LED glasses, work. Let's see if these are good for beading or sorting beads. Yeah, let me do that. So I find it better to use a beading needle to sort out my beads. Wait. This is probably why I save milk caps. So I have a little working space. I think I've got some different beads. Yeah, I definitely have some different beads on here. So I've got to find the container. Some have a blue center, some have an off-white center. Let's see if that looks better. Yeah, that looks better. It's really hard to tell the difference between some of these. These are not from a Mill Hill kit. These are from a pile of beading supplies. Now, these are definitely the same. These are not. So this is from a pile of beads that my daughter was using to make some jewelry. Some really gorgeous, tiny work. But then trying to find homes. I think these are they. Yeah. Trying to find homes for everything. It's pretty tricky. But that's the process of what I'm going to be doing. Probably later this evening. I'll probably try to pull out all the gold ones first, because I think that'll be pretty easy. Gold. So there's 4 that are the same, and these 2 are the same. So I have to get out my little bottle caps. I think I'm upside down right now. Hi. Okay. gonna go mow the lawn. I'm having too much fun, but I'm also just making more and more projects for myself. So time to take a break, go do some real work, and then maybe I'll stitch a little bit to cool off on the Mill Hill kit, and I'll have some progress to show you guys in the next video. Until then, I'm probably blinding you, aren't I? Sorry. Until then, have a great day, happy stitching, and be safe. Ooh.